Hey everybody, Artsy Dude here. Welcome to the Artsy Dude channel once again. It's the place where creativity is more important than knowledge, but the acquisition of great knowledge, it's an art form. And the two, they do go hand in hand. Hey, welcome to the art studio somewhere here in this great United States of America. Have you guessed where it's at yet? No one has actually guessed where this art studio is. At any rate, apologies for the shirt being off, but it's hot in the studio today. It's probably 95 degrees out here today, so I'm working out here with my shirt off, and I thought I'd do a quick video. So, apologies for that. Turn it off if you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So, today I wanted to talk a little bit about breakaway civilizations. I wanted to talk about the population in our solar system. I wanted to talk a little bit about secret space program, just briefly touching on some theories that I had. The concept of a human breakaway civilization or a secret space program that has access to exotic technologies, and they use them in an aggressive manner against, let's say, a non-defensive, less developed species, because of humanity's constant need to militarize and pick a fight. There's an interesting dynamic going on there. You know what I mean? Like, humans always have to seem to pick a fight, right? Like, we've been warring. I mean, look at what you do. You watch TV, and anything on TV, old movies, television shows, we're always fighting. It's always these sort of Armageddon scenarios, or it's wars. I mean, it goes back thousands and thousands of years. Why are we always fighting? What is it in humanity that makes us always want to fight? What we commonly refer to as karma, to me, karma is a universe-wide characteristic. So getting back to that sort of idea of a breakaway civilization or a secret space program, I mean, I kind of believe that a breakaway civilization of ours might get their egotistical nose bloodied, and maybe much more, if they engage with the wrong species. Especially if that species has mentor civilizations watching over them. Like, what if those species have a mentor civilization watching over them, trying to bring them up to speed and bring them into the galactic fold, the galactic neighborhood, if you will. So, with that said, I see the human-alien calculus unfolding in one of two scenarios once disclosure happens. The first one is either we come to a global peace agreement between all nations because we find out that there are multiple civilizations in our local arm of the Milky Way Peninsula, but to be part of that galactic group and all its wondrous benefits, we must cease and desist our aggressive war methodologies immediately. Okay? What I'm suggesting here is that it would be too attractive or tempting of an offer for humans not to make the peace effort and take a giant step forward in our evolution as a species. Okay? So, what if one nation doesn't want to go along with the rest of the group? Okay? Like, if, say, they balk at the prospect of giving up their arms, would they be pressured by the rest of the world? Or would they be convinced by a council of worlds that their contemptuous dogma is futile? In the end, humanity would bow graciously, I predict, and they would accept the offer. Okay? They would have to. They would be pressured. Each country would be pressured by the other country to say, look, if we're going to move forward in this galactic empire, in this council, if we're going to be invited in, then we've got to make some changes. And I think we would all go along with it. And it would hurt people. All the warmongers would, be out of jobs. And that would hurt them. They'd be all bummed out. No one else to kill. No more weapons. The alternate scenario in my mind, though, is that through this breakaway civilization and its use of exotic technologies for military confrontations, they get cocky. Which humans do. We get cocky. They pick a fight with the wrong species, getting our proverbial butts kicked to the point of extinction, and only by crying, "Uncle, Uncle," and agreeing to lay down all our military wares forever, will we find ourselves joining our galactic neighbors, albeit kicking and screaming and having to submit to doing it their way, peacefully. Wouldn't that be crazy, huh? So, I mean, there's so many different scenarios there, you know, with this breakaway civilization thing, with secret space program. You know, you again, I've always said this. When you're on the internet, there's going to be 50 different stories for everything. It's the same thing with this whole like closure of the Solar Observatory in New Mexico. You know what I mean? It could be something as simple as a sewage leak. It could be something as crazy as we're being lied to again by the government because something's going on. Who knows, right? I did a video about that yesterday. So let's get on to my thought about our galaxy being crowded. You know, I've always said that the Earth is a microcosm of the universe, in that with all of our biological species here, billions of different species here on this Earth, there's got to be that much out in space, in our atmosphere, between here and the moon, on Mars. You know, it's just that we haven't gotten there yet, or the ones who have gotten there haven't told us what they've seen or what they found. Like, it's got to be some secret all the time. You know, the government's got to have secrets, the Vatican has to have secrets. All of these secrets all the time. Anyways, I often wonder, you know, what if we get to a place like Mars, the moon, or another planet, and there's somebody already there, and they don't like it. They don't take kindly to the idea of us moving in on their territory. I mean, again, the arrogance of humanity. We can just go to Mars, and we can go to the moon, and we can plant our flags, and we can, you know, start creating these territories, what do I want to say? How we act in building our countries. What am I trying to say? We are acting savage towards each other. You know, we're building up these native territories, like we own the moon or like we own Mars. You know what I mean? I mean, if we put the shoe on the other foot for a minute, think about how we'd feel as Earthlings if some civilization came here and started colonizing. We'd be like, well, wait a minute. We didn't invite you here. This is our world. You know, we've grown up here. But there's so much we just don't know, isn't there? I mean, what if a species did come back? I'm asking a lot of what ifs today because I'm always thinking about these things. But what if a species did come back and we said to them, well, look, you can't colonize Earth. We live here. We're humans. And they said, well, we were here, you know, 10,000 years before you were. We just took off to go back to our old world to do some trading, and now we're back. So in the meantime, you sprang up and we've got a clean house. I mean, we have no idea what kind of scenarios are out there. There's so many different scenarios, probably like grains of sand on a beach. We just don't know what is going on, or all of the dynamics, the exopolitics that's going on out there. I mean, what if it's way beyond anything that we've ever seen in the Star Wars trilogies, you know? What if? Interesting, isn't it? And we always think about, from a human standpoint, the humanity standpoint, that we're going to travel and it's going to be beautiful and it's going to be all these things. But what if it's brutal out there? I mean, I know we want to believe in peace and love, and I believe that there are numerous alien species out there that are peaceful and loving and probably have our best interests as well as the interests of the galaxy or the solar system as a whole in mind. But what if we are a pawn in a much larger scheme? You know, everybody is here fighting over this marble the way countries here on this earth fight over a, let's say, small island off the coast of some country, and everybody's getting all bent out of shape about it because it's a small island, and, you know, we own it, no, we own it, no, we own it, and so they go to war over it, over a small island. What if we're that small island, but there's some strategic significance for where we're positioned in the galaxy, in the solar system? I don't know. It's an interesting concept, I think, and I wonder about it. So that's all. Just rambling a little bit again, trying to put some thoughts out there. I try to always think about these different things in my life and constantly work them out in my mind. And of course, I always realize that as much as I think I know everything, I know very little. So anyways, as I always say, I try to keep these videos down to about 10 minutes if I can, and so I don't bore the hell out of everybody. Listen, be kind to your animals, okay? Love your animals. Take care of your parents. Be good to people on social media, okay? Be good to people on social media. I mean, look at how we treat each other. Huh? How do we treat each other? We call each other names, we swear at each other, we act like barbarians, hiding behind the guise of the internet. No one has to see our faces because we can just put these thought bubbles out there. Well, in my case, you don't see my face because, one, I want to protect my family. There's still a stigma about talking about ufology and things of that sort in certain circles, and I have too many clients that I don't want to lose because they think I'm a kook, which I'm not, all right? But, there's that stigma. Once disclosure happens, everybody and their brother will want to be on TV talking about it. All the mainstream media, or as my friend Super Sleuth, the main dream media, she coined that term, the main dream media, because everything that they espouse is nothing but a dream. It's always wrong. But anyways, once it happens, they'll all be out there wanting to be on TV, and they'll be tripping over each other just so that they can get their thoughts out there. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. Anyways, be kind to one another, all right? Take care of the trees around you. Take care of the animals, the insects. We are all related. The birds. It's amazing. I mean, I know it sounds weird, but you can talk to insects, man, and I know they don't have brains like we do, but there's some other consciousness there. I've had dragonflies come and land on my finger just by sort of speaking to them with the speed of thought. Think about that, the speed of thought. It's not about their brains or anything else. It's about we're connected by some sort of consciousness soup that's all around us. That's at least what I think. So anyways, all for now. I'm done preaching and pontificating and things of that sort. It's been good talking to you. I hope that you tune in again. If you like this video, that's great. If you don't like it, I dig it. It's no problem. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this as a living. I'd be living under a bridge if that were the case. So anyways, peace to all of you out there. All right? Be safe. Again, take care of everybody around you. All right? Karma, it's a big thing. The more you take care of people, the more it will come back to you, and people will take care of you. Okay? All right. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.